The Stillwater Planning Commission meeting of April 16th is now called to order. It will be the process this evening to call for items on the agenda. The commission will hear briefly from staff first, then the applicant and/or their representative, and then open the public hearing and hear from those in favor and/or in opposition of the request. When you come to the podium, please clearly state your name and address for the record. And then before closing the public hearing, both staff, the applicant, and/or their representative will be provided an opportunity to respond and provide additional information and answer questions posed. After all interested parties have spoken, the public hearing will be closed, and then we will hear closing remarks and alternatives from staff. With that, we'll start the public hearing section with item A, which is a short-term rental, STR 0159. We'll hear from staff first.
All right. Good evening, Planning Commission. My name is Diana Hood. I'm the Associate Planner. As stated, this item is a request for a licensed operating short-term rental at the property addressed as 1719 North Payne Street. Here is an area map of the subject property. It is near the Skyline East subdivision, near Jardo Road, and there's Payne Street, which leads into the subdivision. As a reminder, the Planning Commission is the hearing body for short-term rentals, and the hearing is to be held similar to a specific use permit, except there is no staff report or presentation. Should a question concerning private covenants or restrictions arise, as a reminder, the city cannot enforce private covenants, but can give weight to them as part of the deliberative process. Are there any questions for staff?
I don't see any. Thank you, Diana. It's at this time that we would give the applicant an opportunity to come forward and tell us a little bit about the application.
Good evening. My name is Anna Mason. I'm the applicant for the short-term rental license, address 1719 North Payne Street, Stillwater, 74075.
And is that your address?
It is my address. My husband and I do own the home. I've lived in the home for a short time and have been called out of the area for work. We do own an RV and stay in the other side of town, and it has come time to leave the area, but are not ready to let go of the home. So we thought that we would make use of maybe the area and allow some people to enjoy the home as we have. We do have a manager that is she does live in Dallas. She's a realtor. She has a property in town. We have put cameras on the home on every corner. She has put in place that there will be no one staying in the home under 25 years old, and there will be no parties allowed, and she does have fees and fines if they are caught, disregarding any of our rules that we have put in place. So we are located out of Guthrie, but we have traveled for a long time and always come back to the area. So just want to keep our home safe with us. And I figure that maybe it will be, if you want to call it leased, 3/4 of the year, maybe half the year, we'll be back in the area a lot. We are based out of Guthrie and like the area and want to always come back to it. So.
What platform are you looking at using to advertise and to secure the renters?
Yes, right now our manager, she does have Airbnb and Booking.com.
Okay.
I believe those are the only two at this time.
Okay.
We do not have it listed at this moment, just waiting on the hearing.
Okay. And did you have a minimum number of nights stay?
Yes, minimum will be 3.
Do you know how many guests you'll be hosting at any given time?
We do have a capability for 9 people. One of those rooms is a bunk room. We still have a lot of our child's things in the home, so we're hoping to get families in the area.
And how many vehicles are you able to park on the property?
Safely in our driveway would be 4.
Okay.
Our the map is no longer up, but we are on a kind of a position where beyond our mailbox is a pond area. There's no one to the south side of our home, so there could be additional parking, but I don't think we would need, for 9 people, there shouldn't be any more than 4 vehicles.
So you said that your manager is out of Dallas, but she has one other house here in town. So who will actually be like in town monitoring and operating the house on a regular basis?
At this time, we still predict to be in town, at least for 4 or 5 more months. We'll be the one going over and doing the cleaning and inspection of the home. We still monitor everything on camera. Our manager, her real estate is in Dallas. She has a home here, but she expects to be living here by July, I believe. And her husband works in the oil field north of this area, so she utilizes her home many times throughout the year to come and stay and monitor her own place. And she's said that she will be the one coming over and inspecting ours as well.
Any other questions for the applicant? Not seeing any. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, at this point, I'd like to open the public hearing and ask for if there's anyone in the audience this evening that would like to speak in favor of this item to please come forward. Seeing none, I'll ask if there's anyone in the audience this evening that would like to speak in opposition of this item.
Good evening. My name is Kim McBride. I live at 1916 East Franklin Avenue in Stillwater, 74075. So I'm within 300 feet of the proposed short-term rental. And my husband and I do have concerns. We moved here a little less than 2 years ago from Denver, so we've had some other experiences that maybe weren't so pleasant with short-term rentals. And we're right on the corner. I know it was pulled up earlier, and I may disagree with one thing that the applicant mentioned about parking. The driveways are very small. I think comfortably 2 cars is all that you could really park in one of those driveways, especially if there's a sidewalk that we're not allowed to block. And so I would have concern about the additional street parking. The way I understand it, the homeowners association does not allow for street parking. However, the city of Stillwater allows for street parking, so I don't know that that's enforceable. But the neighborhood is very tightly built, so additional vehicles would definitely be a concern. We do know the Masons. We actually bought our house from Evan Mason, and we did talk a little bit in the hallway and maybe had some of the concerns addressed with them. So I'm a little conflicted as far as objecting with understanding their situation, but I just wanted to express some of the concerns, the noise, the not knowing who's going to be coming and going, and just the infrastructure in the new neighborhood that maybe I wouldn't want to necessarily see, but those are mostly the concerns that I would want to bring forward.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Ms. McBride? Thank you.
Thank you.
I would ask if there's anyone else in the audience this evening that would like to speak in opposition of this item. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing and give the applicant an opportunity to come back and address the issue of the parking on the driveway.
Thank you. Concerning the parking, there's a 2-car garage. There's 2 car spots. Eventually, the garage is going to be emptied out, so there will be plenty of room for 4 cars. Any additional car parking, the bylaws state that you can't park more than 48 hours on said premises, but with the cameras we have, this is our home. This isn't a rental. We are making sure that this is still going to continue to be our home. Other than that, if parking is the only thing stopping it, there's your question, your answer.
I think that answers it. Thank
Okay,
you.
You're welcome.
So at this time, we'd ask if staff could return. We'll close the public hearing. Okay, thank you. And have staff return and present us with alternatives.
All right. So your alternatives for this evening are to, 1, approve the application. Secondly, you may defer for additional discussion, or you can deny the application.
Thank you.
I'll motion to approve the application as presented.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. We shall now vote. I think it worked. It worked, yeah. Motion passes 4-0. That concludes the public hearing section of the agenda. The next item is meeting summary for review and possible action. The item listed is the regular meeting summary of April 2nd. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
Motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
Second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. We shall now vote. Motion passes 4-0. Next item on the agenda is miscellaneous items from staff, planning commissioners, or the city attorney for discussion and possible action. We do have one item listed, and that is that the next regular meeting is May 7th. We have anything from commissioners, staff, city attorney? Nope.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, we're not there yet.
I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to ask.
Oh, you were looking at me like we're done?
Yeah, I thought you were going to ask. So I will ask for public information. I know we've been down this road on the short-term rentals for a while. Do we have any update on where we are with getting some more direction?
There's no new update.
Okay. So no new update. Last we knew is that staff is reviewing from city council comments. Is that correct?
Staff has submitted to the city manager's office a draft ordinance. We have gotten some feedback, and we're working through those.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that update. Now, Chair would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second. We shall now vote. Motion passes. We are adjourned.